Wins, episode number 34 with me, your DM, CosmicCandi. We have a new member to the party, and unfortunately we lost one due to time zones. It was simply too late for her to play, but we picked up a new player, and we will be introducing her tonight. So, where we left off last week, Striker had a sword commissioned by a blade singer, an elven blade singer, in the middle of downtown Ankara, and had paid 1,500 gold for it. She went back the next day to go pay the remaining money that she had agreed upon for the commission price, even though this blade singer told her, "Don't worry about it, all I want is this story from you." She went back and found a dwarven tailor that said he had been inhabiting this portion of the building for the better part of 10 years. Confused and upset that she may have been had, she went back to the party and sulked a bit. Eventually the party got out of her what was troubling her, and they told her that she had had a chance encounter with the goddess Selûne. Turns out there was a temple to the goddess Selûne on the outskirts of the city, up in the mountains, and Striker was able to travel there and have a commune with the goddess Selûne, and she learned a little bit more about it. Came back early the next morning and still saw the tailor, realized that Selûne was the goddess of the moon, came back at dusk, and sure enough, the armorer's shop was there, but Selûne was nowhere to be found. However, as promised, a parcel with her sword and the gold that she had given to the goddess was returned. And we pick up where Striker was still in the armorer's shop, reading the note and looking at this sword.
Okay, so I'm going to pick up the sword
I'm
and
having
the note.
trouble hearing you, and you're very, very quiet.
Sorry, I'm gonna pick up the sword and the note. Did I already do that? I don't remember. I'm gonna read the note.
The note said, you may or may not recall, the note said, everybody has a story to tell. Let the world hear yours, Striker.
Okay, and what does the sword look like? Did we determine this?
You said at the end of last week after we were offline, because I said that it was a long sword sized for a halfling.
Well, I mean,
you said that your preferred weapon was a short sword. So
yes.
We can either go short sword or rapier with it.
I'm gonna go short sword just because it's her thing.
Okay. So you open it up, and it is a very intricate looking short sword. There's filigree carved in the gold. Along the center of the blade are elven runes.
Again, with the elven, I don't understand. And I face palm.
But yeah, there are elven runes. And it's actually silver and gold filigree all throughout this blade. The blade itself is like a pale silver color and glows almost as if it is moonlight.
Okay, I'm gonna take it out, and if I recall correctly, my money is also in there.
Yeah, your money was also in there. The money that you had already paid her.
I am very confused, but I look around really quickly. Like, is there anything else that's left? Is it just an empty place now?
It looks like an armorer's shop, but it's basically, it's empty. There's nobody around.
Okay, I send like a quick thankful prayer, and then I
Okay.
walk out.
Okay. Party, at this point in time, you see Stryker now basically phase through the front of the tailor shop, and she's now holding this sword.
Am I able to see any magic to do with the missing section that's phasing and all of this?
You could probably do I guess you could probably do a detect magic.
Okay. So I cast Detect Magic.
Okay, it's basically a gate spell.
Oh, that's interesting. She uses gate magic.
You're breaking up for me, Quirk.
That's super interesting. She's using gate magic to make a separate area that you can go into.
I would assume so, as she probably didn't want Stryker and her to be overheard.
Yeah, that's
So I see.
cool.
Whatever
I see you
happened.
got your sword.
Okay, so have I actually left, or is this before I leave that they're doing this detect magic
You
thing?
are outside. You are walking through as all of this is happening.
Okay. So I walk up to the group and I'm like, our business here is done.
I'm going to take a look at the sword.
Are you casting Identify?
First, just making use of the detect magic that would still be up.
And then I go, whoa, easy, easy. I just got the sword. Don't get all grabby and handsy.
Just looking at it.
Look, don't touch.
Okay.
Detect magic is going to give you, Quirk, that it's a divination spell on the sword.
That's cool. You have divination magic on a sword? Quickly. Twice in every encounter where we're fighting people, you can go BAM! True strike, and then hit a person within the same swing.
Well, okay. I imagine Quirk is jumping up and down, being all excited with his explanation. Is that what he's doing?
Yes.
Okay. Can I have my sword back?
Cool. Yeah, here.
Okay. Thanks.
You're welcome.
That's one special sword you got there.
Mm.
Take good care of it.
Yeah, not leaving my side ever, if I can help it. Okay, yeah. So I'm just basically gonna chill and everything's okay, I think. So if anyone has anything they want someone with a pair of swords to come along with, I'm good. No more disappearing acts, no more pouty halfling, no more storming off.
Just try to tell us if you storm off next time. We don't mind if you go places, just tell us first.
Storming kind of defeats the purpose of storming off, but I'll try to be better next time.
You needed to do what you need to do. It's all good. So, should we take the night, spend the night here, and then head off in the morning?
Speaking of doing what needs to be done, what about everyone else? Does anyone else have things they need done?
I think we should probably test out the thunder wave grenades And we should do some research before we go.
I thought we had tested those out on the
Yeah,
way.
I thought that's what we were doing the past 3 days.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you guys did that during like the second night.
Okay.
We skipped over it just to get the story moving, basically.
So did we make sure that the grenades work?
Roll me high or low.
High.
They did indeed work.
Okay.
At least that particular one that you tested did.
Okay. And we would have had one of the non-magic users use worked for them?
Yes.
Cool. All right.
So, should we take the night?
Stout the thunderwave grenades, and we should do some research before we go.
I thought we had tested those out on the
Yeah,
way.
I thought that's what we were doing the past 3 days.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you guys did that during like the second night.
Okay.
We skipped over it just to get the story moving, basically.
So did we make sure that the grenades work?
Roll me high or low.
High.
They did indeed work.
Okay.
At least that particular one that you tested did.
Okay. And we would have had one of the non-magic users use worked for them?
Yes.
Cool. All right.
So, should we take the night, spend the night here, and then in the morning we head back?
That would be a sound plan.
And you're
Yeah, I
definitely
think that works.
and you're definitely okay with coming with us, Ben.
Yes, all of the day-to-day runnings of the church can be handled by the acolytes, and I have someone I trust in charge, so...
Perfect.
Did we ever give Ben the rings of water walking and water breathing?
I was going to do that whenever we got closer, but yes, I have them for him.
Never mind. I said nothing.
Okay. I didn't say a response to the nothing either. So we head back to the inn.
As you guys are walking back towards the inn, in one of the bars on the way past, there is a loud crash as a tiefling woman gets thrown through the door. She's in very fine dress. And she stands up and she shouts, Tama, this is all you.
Oh, dear Lord.
Is that what she shouts?
No. Kind of dusts herself off, pats herself down. Can you at least throw the magic baton out, please?
No baton is thrown back out.
Ven just cocks his head.
I walk over to her and I'm like, you need something retrieved?
This is a pain.
You stole your magic stuff. That's not nice.
Kind of looks at the group very inquisitively, and a very sly smile crosses her face for a quick second, and it disappears into a very charming, almost like a puppy dog face. and turns to gives her group to full attention. Yeah,
So,
they won't give me back an item that's actually mine.
What does it look like?
and why were you thrown out?
I don't know. Ask them. Some people are so rude.
I've run into a few of
Tama,
those.
this is actually your establishment.
Is it?
Yep.
Can I insight check her? Oh, the
I don't think she
insight.
even knows what she's doing.
I don't even know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
This is your establishment. And hold on.
Curse your proficiency and expertise, Straker.
I mean, you used to have that.
I used to. I
That
miss
was
a
in
drawn.
another time, though.
I miss a drawn.
We can bring him back. Just saying.
In a couple of levels. We'll have
Tama,
that ability.
I sent you a whisper. Sent you a whisper through Fantasy Grounds. It should just show up in the chat bar for you.
Got it. I see it. And frustrated, she kind of looks at the group. Look. Okay, I was lying. I know exactly what's going on. This is my place. And apparently, someone decided to try and make it their own. Look, I don't know you. Clearly you don't know me, and that's completely fine. But I could really use some help.
So,
with an insight
So the
of
insight checks. Luke, she's telling the truth.
with an insight of 7, I would believe her regardless. So
Right.
Yeah.
without
So yeah, both times you believed her. You were like,
Yeah.
yeah, all right, yeah.
So I walk in, seeking to, at the very least, retrieve whatever magical baton she's talking about.
I'm gonna try to go through like the furniture and stay like sneaky, hidden, and I'm gonna like stealth through and try to find it. After I've been given a description, I ask her again. I'm like, "What does this look like? Tell me what you need."
Quark is going to come over to her and just kind of tug on her sleeve and be like, if things get messy, is it okay if some of the furniture gets broken?
Oh my gosh. You are adorable! And she just picks him up and like gives him the biggest hug that she possibly can.
He hugs back.
You can break whatever you need to. Completely fine. Completely fine.
Okay.
Excuse me. What's your name? So I know what to call you.
Well, you can call me many things. I've been called many myself, but if you really want to do introductions, how about the man gives me his name first? Isn't it proper?
Leonis looks really confused at this, doesn't really know what to say. And my name's Leonis.
Leonis.
Now yours.
I'm gonna call you Leo. Leo, sweetie, can we cut through introductions really quickly here? I'll give you my name once we take care of my situation. Is that fair?
No, not really.
How about you tell
You
me
could
what
just say
you're
your
looking
name.
for?
That would be great.
I could, but I like to leave a man guessing.
Well, then I guess I'm not helping you.
Very well. I like it when they fight back.
Okay, so I have a quick question for Harmony here, who you guys don't know her name yet, but before I can describe what, and this is why I like the chatting in the chat window, but I don't like it at the same time because it doesn't let me address what I want to address.
Mix.
It's a mix.
Yep,
Okay, so
here.
Ben, as you go into the bar, you see a bartender male bartender, big burly guy, not quite Goliath levels, but think, was it Zangief from Street Fighter?
Okay.
About his size, basically pick up a full bottle of wine and just crash it over somebody's head. The human that he just crashed this bottle over the head of goes falling to the ground. That human was mid-punch with another patron. All hell is breaking loose. Also, you see women in various states of undress inside as they scramble for cover.
I put my fingers to my lips and I let out just an ear-piercing whistle. Does anybody wish to explain what madness is going on here?
Roll an intimidation check.
To change my mind.
Yes.
Nice. Okay, so let's see here. And Harmony, I did get your list.
Perfect. If you want, I can send you the photos.
I would gladly take the photos.
You got it. Seconds. Might as well keep going, dear. It's gonna be a while.
Yeah, I'm trying to roll some stuff.
Okay. Don't want to hold anyone up.
Several of the people in the bar stop dead in their tracks. And from what you can tell, these are probably patrons that have stopped then, and they turn their heads towards you. And right about the time that they turn their heads towards you, they get clocked over the head with bottles, pommels of daggers, etc. And they get knocked out.
I pull my. As soon as they drop, I pull my mace and shield, and I go, "That's gonna make things easier."
Once the patrons have been knocked out and only the staff are left standing, the bartender holds his hands up, and he smiles brightly, and he says, forgot the name of the establishment. Please remind me, Harmony.
The siren.
Okay. So he, and that also changed from your story.
Yep. Go, man.
So he smiles brightly and says, "Welcome to the Siren, patron. We have everything your heart could ever desire and more. How may I be of assistance?"
A young lady was just ejected from this establishment, and I believe she left something behind.
He reaches back behind the bar and pulls out, it's the size of a large scepter, and has a jeweled head at the top with some silver filigree and ornamentation on top of it. Tell the boss I'm sorry, and he tosses it to you.
Okay. Is everything contained here then?
I believe everything is in order.
Thank you. And I take the rod outside. I believe this is yours, ma'am.
And stuff didn't even get broken.
Oh, there were plenty of broken bottles.
Is that all? Just the bottles?
Maybe a few skulls. But, until I know the full story, I'll withhold healing anyone until I can determine who instigated the attack.
Well, she should be able to tell us, correct?
Indeed, and with that I look pointedly at our new tiefling friend.
Same.
My. Charming. Don't tell me you gentlemen suspect little old me, who just came crashing through my own home, of instigating this.
Yes, I do suspect you.
I don't, but you're the one with the information.
Well,
You're
at
not
least one of
very
yous.
willing to give up information, it seems.
And
Information is kind of my business, sweetheart.
and as you're looking at Ven, the one who handed you back the scepter, he's got, black onyx skin. His eyes, the whites of his eyes are red, with the irises being a darker red, and it looks like his hair is made of fire.
And then Leonis is the one that's questioning you. Tall, dark green, dragonborn, leather armor, about 6'5", 6'4". Yellow eyes.
Aww.
Luke is the one that's not said anything. He's a half elf and he's around 6 foot tall with a shoulder length dark brown hair, and he's purposely not saying anything.
Quirk is a 4'5" Aarakocra, with the colorations of a phoenix.
Anyone else we need to go through? Is that everybody?
Striker's a 3-foot halfling brunette with studded leather armor, and she's wearing black underneath her armor, and she's just kind of standing there, kind of like, yeah, I don't know why I care right now, kind of feeling. But she's sticking around, and she's not running away or hiding or whatever, so she's waiting for something to play out.
Very well, very well. Can we at least have this conversation indoors? I rather prefer to keep my, manners.
That's fine. Shall we head back to our inn then?
No, we'd prefer it if we took it on our terms. So, come on in.
Yeah, Ven.
And she just walks right on in.
Yeah, I was gonna say Ven holds up his arms to essentially say, "Lead the way."
I have a bad feeling about this. I say that under my breath, so probably only Ben can hear it.
Quirk is going to tug on Ven's arm.
Yes.
Just for future reference, if I'm using fire magic, do I have to worry about you?
Probably not. Although I can be harmed by fire, it's not particularly effective.
Okay.
Quirk, try not to fire anything right now. Let's try to get out of this without hurting anybody.
Okay.
Striker kind of hangs back and, like, looks at Luke and is like, "What's your problem, man?"
I wait till most of the others are like out of earshot, and I just whisper to her, "You know how I feel about tieflings," and then I walk away.
Okay. I follow and I'm like, and I tell him straight up, I don't like this constant influx of new people any more than you do. But we should just see what happens here before we make any sort of rash judgments.
Can I make a perception check to see if I see that they're not following in?
Sure.
Thank you.
So, I mean, no one is more...
Leonis, what's your passive?
No one has me back.
Passive would be... Oh, gosh.
Passive would be 14.
14, yes.
Okay, so we'll take your passive. Yeah, it's pretty... You're used to the way that the group feels, like the size and breadth of the group, and you can tell that you're missing a couple people.
So basically, I tell Luke before anything else, like, no one has your back more than me. Let's just see what happens next. And I try to kind of drag him back towards the group.
I say, all right, I'm with you, Striker.
Okay.
So are you two coming into the inn then?
Yeah.
Or whatever we're standing in front of?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I just make sure that we're all here then.
Hey, Kalia?
Yeah.
So, having lived in this town from my first memory, am I aware of what type of building this is?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This is a house of lady favors.
Just making sure.
Oh, good. Leotis' favorite. No.
Is this the only one on the island?
Yes.
Then I've probably been here once or twice.
Oh, God.
Raytheon!
Yes, Harmony.
Darling, could you please do us a favor and give our saviors some of our finest ale, please? Put it on me.
Finest ale right up.
Thank you, darling.
And he drapes a towel over his arm real quick, and that he was using to wipe down the bar of all of the crashed wine and glass and everything. But he drapes the bottle over his arm, or the towel over his arm, and starts.
No?
Oh, man.
No!
It's starting
No.
already. You feel this funny feeling in your head.
So, as me and Luke are walking in, I think we'd be walking in right as this is happening, and I'm just gonna be like, "Oh, drinks! Look! Luke, come and have one with the rest of us." And then I look over at Quirk and I'm like, "Wait, what is the underage bird drinking?"
Nothing
Or-
but our finest ale. And he gives a very bright smile to you, Striker, bartender.
Oh.
Did you say underage?
Yes, I did. I thought I'd mentioned this before. Oh, this is a little awkward.
It tastes good.
I
Quirk?
take the mug from
Yeah.
Quirk.
Thank you.
But
Oh,
But I
come
like
now.
Quirk?
Gentlemen. Yeah, he's old enough to hold a sword, yet too young to have a glass of ale with his comrades. That hardly seems fair.
No,
He
I just don't
doesn't
think
hold
now
a
is the right
sword.
time for this.
He doesn't hold a sword.
I don't
And
do
yet
the
the rest
sword
of you
thing.
do.
I do magic.
Ah, even better. That's my expertise, darling. If you'll excuse me, everyone, please go ahead and have a glass. I need to tend to one of my family members, please. Alyssa!
As
And
the tiefling
Okay.
walks away, keeping my hand like over the top of the mug, I look at Quirk and I go, "There's not often that such strong drinks are allowed to one who is not yet come of age. Considering what we're heading into, I think it might be permissible. Try to keep it in check." And I slide the mug back to him.
Please be
Okay.
careful. Please be careful, Quirk. Do not drink too much. If you start to feel funny, please stop.
I'm actually kind of wondering what's making me feel so strange. I'm going to find out. And he starts a 10-minute ritual to cast Detect Poison and Disease.
Strong drinks are allowed to one who is not yet come of age. Considering what we're heading into, I think it might be permissible. Try to keep it in check. And I slide the mug back to him.
Please be
Okay.
careful. Please be careful, Quirk. Do not drink too much. If you start to feel funny, please stop.
I'm actually kind of wondering what's making me feel so strange. I'm going to find out. And he starts a 10-minute ritual to cast Detect Poison and Disease.
Have you
Okay.
never had alcohol
I'm gonna
before?
let him do that.
As he starts, after he said, "I'm going to find out," I just straight up ask him, "Have you never had alcohol before?"
No.
Ben,
No
Ben,
one
Ben.
ever let me have any.
Ben,
Did
just let him go.
Did I mention the underage part?
Even those that are underage, it should at least have a working knowledge of what they will be encountering in the future, if not having actually tasted it.
It really tastes good.
Alright, well, Striker kind of holds her hands up and like, as much as I do really enjoy looking after Quirk, if you guys want to deal with this, that's fine. I'm gonna take my ale and enjoy it.
Can you repeat that last part?
I'm
Anne?
gonna take my ale and enjoy it.
Enjoy it? Yeah. Well, of course. I don't trust this tiefling. He hasn't been straightforward with us yet, and irks me a little bit.
I turn to Leonis and I go, "If you're wondering why, perhaps her appearance should give you all the explanation that you need. I myself have not met with very many that, before the church at least, I was willing to deal with straight.
He just kind of looks at you, just straight. And he doesn't say anything. Just kind of glowering.
Okay. All right. So, a couple minutes later, you actually see Harmony come back out. And a few minutes after that, oh, come on, Skype. Don't be that way.
Skype is always angry.
So is number 5.
Hi.
Okay. 4, 5. Okay, so shortly after, this woman with pale hair, looks like it could have some tinges of violet in it, comes walking out from one of the rooms in the back, and she's like shaking her head, and she's like, "Oh, visitors! I love new visitors. Hi, everybody!" And she comes over and she puts her hands on some of your shoulders and she says, "Welcome to the Siren. I see that Rincian's already got you some of our best ale, and if there's anything else we can do for you, just let us know, okay?"
Alyssa,
Yes.
please don't overdo it. Just go sit down. Let me take care of this one, alright? Had enough fun for the day.
Oh, okay. And she goes back behind the bar and starts helping Rincian clean up.
Alyssa, that means sit down.
Yes, boss.
Thank you.
She takes a seat. She pulls one of the bar stools around behind the bar and sits down.
You should also thank them as well.
Thank you.
They're the ones that got you out of this mess.
Oh. Well then, she looks at you, Harmony, and is like, "So can I buy them around?"
Entirely up to you. It's your money. You're allowed to do with it whatever you please. You know that.
She pulls a couple coins out of a very small pouch hidden beneath her bodice, and sets them down on the counter and says, "Whatever they want."
Harmony gets up and walks over to Alyssa and gently gives her a kiss on the forehead and slides the money over to Rician and whispers, "That's my girl," to her.
She smiles softly and nods, and Rician takes the money, puts it in the till.
Has Quirk completed his ritual?
Hasn't been 10 minutes yet.
Okay.
I look over and see any of the patrons that are still unconscious.
Yeah.
What a disaster.
And
You?
I speak up towards Harmony. So, which one of them, or which one of these individuals started the fight?
Unfortunately, it wasn't just one. It's what happens in this line of business, unfortunately. You come across issues where the same guest would like to have the attention of the same woman. Tensions rise, obviously. Hormones, naturally. I'm sure you gentlemen know exactly what I'm talking about. And
Don't make assumptions.
Ven sort of... There's a lightening to his cheeks, and anybody who's paying attention realizes he's probably blushing.
Leonis isn't smiling at all. Ben is smiling, Leonis is not.
I haven't had such serious guests in a while. And I apologize for assuming. It just tends to happen in this line of business. Surely at least you can understand that.
Yes, I can understand that.
Alyssa was the unfortunate one this time. It tends to happen a lot, so they just caught me off guard. Normally I deal with them, and Rician backs me up. Or Leon.
And you see Rincian nodding as he's tending to the bar.
They just got lucky this time and landed a lucky hit. That's all. I apologize for dragging you all here. I'm sure you all had better things to do with your time, but for that young girl over there, you guys could have very well have saved her life.
At this, Leonis softens up, doesn't give a glare anymore, and says, "Well, it's all fine, yes."
You know, if you'd been a little more forthcoming about your trouble, we would have done it a heck of a lot faster.
I guess I've learned not to rely on others anymore. No one would help me out in any situation normally, so it kind of surprised me when you all came up and offered to help. You do know what I am. None of you are blind, right? They don't think so.
I may have been a patron back in my day.
Back in your day, sir,
I give a sly look to Ben.
we've only been open for about a year.
Oh, that's awkward.
There was a very lonely day a year ago.
As Ven blushes a little bit deeper.
Another side look from Leonis.
You must have met the occupant before me. Yeah, I'm heard rumors that there was a brothel before myself, but I didn't know anything at all about it. When I arrived here, this place was dilapidated and
Luke kind of smirks a little bit just watching the conversation.
So anybody who wishes to make a perception check, Ven sort of mumbles something.
Do I get advantage on it since I'm sitting right next to him?
Yeah, I think that would be fair.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Could you speak up,
Fairly
please?
loud in the bar, though.
Okay, I got him 11.
Yeah, so those of you that got a 15 or higher... 15 good, Kalia?
Yeah, 15's good.
Okay. 15 or higher, you heard Ven mumble, I was last here 3 weeks ago.
That's lovely.
Gracian!
Sorry, I'm still trying to learn all of these characters.
No, I know. It's so hard. It's so hard.
So if you wanna play the character too, you're more than welcome. Since you know them.
I mean, I can, if you really want me to.
I will eventually learn them.
I do not mind. It's not a problem. So, Rician kind of, stands up straight after getting all the drinks and stuff filled out from Alyssa's drink, and he brings them over to the group. And he gives her an inquiring look. Rician, do you happen to know this gentleman at all? My apologies.
Ven very blatantly stands up and starts walking around to the patrons to see if any of them are seriously injured, trying to extricate himself from the situation.
Hey, guys, you see that Genasi over there? That's him burying his shame. And I say it to the party at the table. And I kind of smirk.
Where are we right now?
My apologies. You're at the Siren. This is the local brothel and bar hall of the area.
I got that.
Oh.
My question was more, how the hell did we end up here?
You guys offered me help?
I'm not talking literally. Never mind.
Oh,
So when Captain Uptight pulls the stick out of his butt, I'm sure that he'll be a lot nicer to talk to. He's not normally this difficult to get along with.
I rather like them difficult.
Who are you talking about?
You.
No, I was asking that as Leonis, don't worry.
So Striker, so Striker kind of looks at the tiefling and is kind of just like, as someone who's experienced not having anyone help them, I understand that it can be hard to put your faith in people, but sometimes you just happen to meet the right person, and that person can take you out of the darkest places. If I hadn't had Atala offer to help me out of the kindness of her own heart, if I hadn't said yes to the help, I would be in a much darker place than I am right now. I'm just saying, it only takes one person to offer help to turn your entire life around.
You watch as Harmony actually brings tears to her eyes, and Rician gives her a knowing look, and very carefully puts his arm on her shoulder, and you see that she's actually shaking now at your words.
Are you alright?
Yeah, yes, of course. I apologize, how embarrassing.
It's fine.
It's just that your words. Well, thank you. I had forgotten something very important from a long time ago, and because of you, I was able to be reminded.
I learned very recently that everyone has a story. Everyone has a story worth telling, and that was the first time I really told anyone outside of a handful of close people about my story. So if that gives you some ounce of hope, then I've done my job.
Oh.
Well said, Striker.
Girl.
What's that? What's that, Leona?
I said well said, Striker.
I look at my half-finished ale and I push it over to the tiefling. And I say, hey, it looks like you need this more than I do. My name is Striker, by the way. What's yours?
They call me Harmony.
Can I make an insight check to make sure that's her actual name, even though I know that's her actual name?
Absolutely.
Cool.
Do it.
That's what Leonis would do.
Yep.
Yay, rolling good numbers.
Hey!
Hey, natural 20.
Hey!
If you're lying to Striker, she'll cut you.
Oh yeah. Striker, and forgive me for interfering with this one, Kalia. Striker notices that there's something different about the way that she's saying it. Like there's a little bit more to the name than what she's giving you, but I mean, you can obviously tell that that's the name that she goes by.
And
Striker
for perception checks and insight checks and things like that, I like for my players to, based on the rolls, give the information that they feel comfortable with. Because as a GM, I don't know what's going through your head. So
yeah.
And it just makes everything a little bit faster. So no problem.
So Striker just nods, but it's like one of those knowing looks, just like, yep, I get it. And then
I assume I believe her.
Yes. Everyone else does completely buy it.
Well, Harmony, I'm sorry about the words that were said outside.
Why?
I don't like to cause conflict where it's not needed.
You didn't cause conflict at all, Leo. You were intelligent as anyone that I've ever met. I think it was very smart of you to doubt anything that's being said. That just means that you have experience. It means you don't take things as they are given to you. That's a very valuable trait.
Why, thank you.
But I digress. It seems that I've ruined the mood of this lovely party. My apologies, everyone.
That is okay.
Actually, this is the best mood I've been in.
Understandable.
You know, I look around at the party and I'm just like, considering the last few days, this is actually the best mood I've been in.
Very understandably.
And there's kind of a dry, sarcastic laugh there too, like. Yeah.
I turned to Harmony. We've been through a lot these past couple weeks, so even a chance like this to de-stress and get our minds off of what has been happening is welcome.
That's what we do here. We provide a moment of calm and peace for the weary travelers, or for even those who are about to be sent to their deaths. If it's the last moment of respite that they have, I'm sure my family and I are more than happy to help in any way we can. Whether it just be for a conversation or a night.
Makes sense.
I think we're kind of past the point of helping for now. I mean, it still sucks. I'm not gonna lie. It still really sucks. But I think I'm starting to get back to a place where I'm okay again.
That's good to hear, Striker.
You're incredibly, incredibly strong, aren't you, girl?
I've had to be with the childhood I've had.
But that's the interesting thing, isn't it? You say you had to be, but everyone has a choice. You could have chosen to hide, but you didn't.
It was be strong and survive, or be weak and die. I chose to survive. And I got lucky. Right place at the right time.
Some call it luck, I call it fate.
About this time, Ven would probably be coming back to the table.
He graces us with his presence. Recian, please, my answer.
Has the 10 minutes been up yet?
10 minutes is probably up by now, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, Quirk is going to, having been able to identify the, alcohol in the drink.
Yeah, basically you are getting detect poison.
Okay.
And it's coming from all of the glasses in front of you.
He's going to go over to the bar. And
Quirk, where are you going?
Is he able to judge the alcohol content of each of the things?
No.
No.
No. It just basically is showing up as a poison.
Are you okay?
Okay.
It's maybe a little bit... Hold on, let me read the spell real quick.
Okay.
Would
you like me to drop it into the...
No, I can get it.
Okay.
Harmony, what type of glasses do you use in your bar?
It would just be the standard goblet.
So probably wooden?
No. I would definitely say at least iron. She prides
Okay.
herself on appearances.
Okay, so there's a curious thing that happens, Quirk. If you look at the goblet straight on, you don't detect anything. If you look over it kind of from the top, then you detect poison. Lean back a little bit, no poison. Lean over the top of the goblet, poison.
So I can't detect through the metals. So are there bottles that are on the shelves behind the bar?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so can I tell the difference between bottles?
I mean, you would be able to see labels and stuff on them.
But can I, like, tell which one's more alcoholic or poisonous than the other?
You can identify the kind of poison. I'm going to say that it shows up a slightly different color based on the alcohol. So, like, in your vision, how normally we do the eagle vision, the golden eagle vision stuff for, like, your detect magic and all of that.
Okay.
These show up slightly differently than that.
Okay.
And they are, based on the type, you may get a slightly stronger color, probably green is what I'm going to say for poison. For like a beer, it's a fairly pale green. For like a hard liquor, it shows up a little bit stronger. For a wine, it's somewhere between the two.
Okay. So, would there be any particular one that's maybe the really, really good stuff that's kept in a separate container under the bar or something like that?
Oh, you're drinking it.
You're drinking it.
Oh, okay. Then, yeah. He's going to look at it and turn around and be like, "Guys, this is the strongest stuff in here."
Well, of course, darling. I mean, you saved us. It's the least I can do.
Ven just sort of chuckles quietly.
I echo my previous comment. Did I mention underage bird?
Leonis just gives a huge sigh.
Harmony, I need a perception check from you two, please.
You got it.
Prior to Ven coming back to the table, you see him give Alyssa. You see him take Alyssa's hands real quick, put something in it, say something to her, and then come back to the table.
She pretends she didn't see anything.
Okay. I just needed to make you aware of it. So. She nods and smiles brightly, though, as he hands her the whatever it is that he hands her.
Quirk would like to take a closer look at Luke, and if he detects poison off of him.
A lot of it.
A lot of it.
The answer is yes. Apparently.
Rainy day. Rainy day.
I look at Quirk and I'm like, you don't even need to do that to know that he's really drunk.
Yeah, it would be. It would be odd if you didn't detect poison right now.
So
on him.
Quirk comes over to him and goes, "I think I understand you a lot better now."
Oh
You
my
don't-
god. What is going on?
I don't. Striker looks up looks at Quirk and says, "I don't think you do, man. I don't think you do." And then she holds up 3 fingers at Luke and asks, "How many fingers am I holding up?"
Do I need to make like a Constitution check to know how
Sure.
many she's holding
Sure.
on?
Oh shit! Oh boy!
Constitution first, and then depending on that, I may have you roll another one. I like 2-tiered rolls. They're
boss.
kind of my thing. I love them.
You can do it!
Nope.
Oh!
All right, roll me a perception check.
Better.
There we go. There we go.
How many do you see?
Okay. So you are pretty drunk, but you are able to kind of interpolate how many fingers as they're like wobbling around and waving. You're able to interpolate how many are actually there. You've been doing this for a while, Luke.
I'm used to this, so I'm more functioning than alcoholic. So I.
Well, and you've had to impress clientele too, because your livelihood depends on this.
True. So I forget how much you said it was, and
It was 3.
but I
I
say
rolled.
it's 3.
Okay. He's fine. He's not that drunk. and
Is it-
And then Striker just laughs because she loves playing that game with Luke.
This is great and all, but we do have to travel tomorrow, remember? We have to make
Oh,
sure we're ready.
That won't be a problem.
Also, Luke has always traveled with us drunk. When was he ever sober? I think
No,
he's
I
ready.
know.
I was sober in the temple, technically.
Yeah, so were the rest of us. It was not fun.
Well, if this is your last night in town, perhaps I really should send you off with a bang, shall we? Leon! Kaylee, could you please come here?
Can I
Is she-
go up?
She
Can I
joined
go
you.
up to Harmony and whisper something in her ear? I'm gonna go up to her and whisper in her ear, whatever you're giving me, give it to Leonis instead.
I'm
and then-
confused.
That's
Hmm?
Harmony, who did you ask for again, Kaylee?
Kaylee and Leon.
Okay.
Quirk is going to finish his drink.
I see Quark finish his drink, and I'm just sighing, but I don't stop him.
Allow me to.
So
Go ahead.
you guys see a human and a drow approach Harmony's side. The drow crosses his arms and takes up position there. And they look at you expectantly, Harmony.
Sorry, you two. I know we just got done dealing with quite a disaster, but would you please, be so kind as to make a meal for our guests?
Of course.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
They
Leon.
go back into the kitchen. He
Leon.
turns back around. Yes.
Your, famous biscuits, please.
He grins slightly. As you wish.
Thank you, darling.
Quirk is going to come over to Ven and tug on his sleeve.
Yes.
So that guy over there, was he is he one of your kind or one of the wood elves?
He's known as a drow. They are elves, but obviously they have different skin color. Why do you ask?
Because he's got the same skin color as you, and I'm so confused by all of these lots of races here.
Yes,
Being
you've
from the plane
never
of air, you're used to the air elementals and probably other birds.
I think we broke Quirk.
Yeah, but there aren't as many.
Actually, you're the only one I've seen. If I had known... Believe me, dear, it's taking everything that I have to not offer you a job here. You would make a killing.
No.
Did I mention underage birth?
No.
I don't see what age has to do with this.
I lean over.
I don't either. I get lots of jobs, lots of places.
I'm sure you do, little ones.
No.
Ven leans over to Harmony and will palm a few gold into her hand. And whispering, trying to keep this out of the party's ears. So, but
Okay, stealth checks for Ven in the tower. Perception checks for everybody except for Harmony in the tower at disadvantage.
And
Wait, so you
Okay,
want... Okay,
because
because of the armor thing. Hold on.
armor disadvantage, go ahead and re-roll that with advantage, which should cancel the stealth disadvantage. Yeah, there we go. Oh,
Okay.
no. Yeah, I did better that time.
Okay.
Luke, hate to say it, man, but you got a nat 20 on that roll. Too bad it was at disadvantage.
I'm so angry right now.
I mean, to be fair, you're really drunk.
To be fair, I am really drunk.
Wait, I screwed up. I didn't roll off of my sheet. My perception is a +9, if that helps.
Ah.
I screwed up.
Draker
Want me to
is
roll
the
again?
only one that would have heard this.
So, yeah, I whisper to Harmony. Perhaps one of your girls could give the bird an anatomy lesson this evening.
Oh, fuck you, Ven. I didn't hear that. I'm saying that is Ben.
Ven is
So-
all about knowledge, and this will definitely increase Quirk's knowledge.
So coming downstairs about this time that you're slipping the gold to Harmony and, you know, talking to her, this dwarven woman comes down and give me just a second. Oh, there she is. Red hair, no beard, feathers in her hair. She's got a large tattoo of looks like a phoenix on her left arm. And she goes, "Ah, Ven, sweetie, where have you been? I've missed you. I haven't seen you in a long time. You leave old Dira alone here?"
Ven! Ven! That's the name! see? Gosh! Basin! Really? You couldn't give me names? And he just kind of shrugs and just...
He gives that brilliant grin though.
When Quirk sees the tattoo of a phoenix, he gets really excited. And he comes over and he's like, "Are you part of the why can I not words?
English.
All you hear is Orin as he's babbling in Orin. It's bird babble.
Are you part of the deal between the plane of fire and the plane of air?"
He is adorable.
No,
Can I have him?
child. I like the
Quirk.
phoenix. But she looks
Quirk, Come back, please.
she actually comes to the table. This dwarf comes to the table, and she punches Ven in the arm, and says, "You've been a bad boy, Ven. Keeping me hanging on like this."
So that's your type. Interesting.
I have many types, but no, the church has kept me busy lately.
Too busy to entertain the whip, I see. Unfortunate. Fiona doesn't like to be kept waiting. But then again, if You two are on first name basis. Well, you should know that.
Striker just bursts out laughing. I can't keep a straight face. It is the first time in 2 weeks she's laughed about anything.
Luke is laughing too.
My God! The half-elf knows how to laugh! I was worried. I thought you had drowned.
You know, sometimes I just like to drown myself in alcohol.
Well, you're more than welcome to do it here, darling.
I thank you.
Deanna, please don't embarrass the poor boy. After all, we wouldn't want his deviances to be let out, do we?
I wouldn't dream of it, love.
Perhaps you two
She
can
pats
get
you on the arm and
reacquainted.
goes back into the kitchen.
Ven chuckles.
I think you
Dee,
need to
as
save
she's
that
walking
money
back
for
to the
yourself.
kitchen, As she goes walking back to the kitchen, though, Dira leans over and she gives a wink towards you, Ven, and she's sashaying a little bit more than normal.
With her walk, I think she's had a pretty enjoyable evening already.
Only because she saw you. And,
Quirk is going to come over to Harmony and be like, the other lady said that she was buying another round, right? Can I have some more?
Oh, sweetheart, I think you've had plenty. Why don't we get some food in your stomach first, and then we'll discuss drinks. Fair?
Okay.
Good boy. You remind me so much of Elril. Such a sweet lad. The two of you would get along famously. Best friends, I'd say.
About this time,
Striker says,
Leo, not the party's Leo, but the drow Leo, comes out with a platter of cheeses and meats, and sets them down on the table with a small head bow and says, "Appetizers while I get my famous biscuits ready."
Thank you, Leon. I appreciate it.
So,
He
Quirk
nods curtly and then saunters off again.
Quirk is going to say to Harmony, I don't know about that. I don't tend to have lots of friends who are my own age.
And how old are you, darling?
I'm 2.
You see her kind of drop her glass, and it kind of just hits the table slightly.
When I said underage, I meant really underage?
I'm going to roll an Arcana check to see if I understand that he's, like, on the verge of coming of age for the Aarakocra.
Sure.
Huh. Well,
Yeah.
there's time for everything.
Yeah, from what you know of the plane of air and the races there, age of maturation for an Aarakocra is 3.
Okay. So, yeah, I lean over to Harmony at seeing her, almost drop her glass. Don't worry. His race grows pretty quickly. By the time he turns 3, he'll be an adult.
When does he turn 3?
I just shrug and sit back up straight.
As someone who had to grow up very quickly, can we just let Quirk have whatever's left of his childhood before we turn him into a grown Aarakocra?
I agree. But
Let's
there are also some exceptions. Since he did help in the assistance of Alyssa, I think he's allowed a couple glasses. Especially since the young lady herself is so determined to reward her saviors.
okay.
But, and she looks directly at Quirk, only one more glass. And then it's water for you.
Okay. I don't want to get too heavily poisoned anyways. Looks over at Luke.
Poisoned?
Well,
poison?
Yeah. Don't you know this is actually a poison? It's a fun poison, but it's still a poison.
To our magics, alcohol registers as a poison. Not that you're trying to kill us or anything. Just that's what it's classified as according to both the arcane and divine magics.
Well, and if you drink too much of it, you could seriously hurt yourself. So, you should be careful, Luke, okay?
Luke doesn't really know how to register this, so he just sits back in his seat and just stares at his glass, contemplating whether he should keep drinking or not.
Oh, keep
and then
drinking.
He does. Oh, he does.
Good.
About this time, you guys feel the faintest of rumbles beneath the floor.
Normal!
I have a question. Is this what I think it is? Is this more water shenanigans?
Probably.
Stryker goes from being somewhat somewhat light and laid back to being grumpy again, and just like there's a string of halfling curses.
Oh, you look so much cuter when you smile. Don't put that frown back on your face. It's probably just the half-orc. Norville, calm down!
Does that happen very often around here? I'm just curious. Do you guys feel that sort of rumbling around here that often?
Depends on whether or not he has a guest with him.
You hear the voice from down below. I'm not doing anything, milady.
I go to the door and I look out towards the docks. I'm not sure exactly how far away from the docks we are.
You know what? This would probably be pretty close to the docks.
Yeah.
Sailors want to reacquaint themselves with the ways of land after they get off the ship.
Well said.
That is a perfect way of putting it.
PG-13, guys. Doing good.
Could I see anything out in the water? I'm gonna go and look.
What you're actually seeing then, Stryker, what you're seeing is the ships rocking side to side. Typically with the waves, they would be up and down. This is more side to side.
Oh no, I don't think this is just a half-orc or an orc walking around. This is much bigger than that.
All right.
Work
Racine.
is going to take to the air.
Racine, get the girls upstairs.
Yes, ma'am. And he whistles. And they come running towards him, and he like, come on, ladies. Mom has said we need to go upstairs.
Downstairs? Why downstairs? It's water.
Yes, but you don't know what kind of storm might be coming. You don't know.
Is there a place inland away from the shores you guys might be able to hide in?
No, this is our home.
Well,
That's all we have.
Stryker, you would know of a certain temple that's up in the mountains.
Well, would you be open to maybe leading your family up in the mountains? You know, have them hide in a temple for a while in case the storm gets worse? I would hate for anything to happen to you guys. I mean, we kind of just finished saving you. We kind of care about what happens to you.
Well, Racine is. What do you think?
It's a bit of a hike, but I could take you to the temple, and I'm sure they'd be open to at least allowing you a place to stay for a few days until
I'm not
the
going.
storm comes.
Quirk is just kind of circling around. but he pipes in and says, "Might want to listen to her. The last place got washed away entirely."
It did. Can I?
And Recian he's like looking at you, Harmony, like, I'll do what you feel is best, ma'am.
Go. Run. Everyone, get as far away from here as you can.
Ven takes off towards his temple.
I have a question. So my urchin background allows me to, like, is it the one that allows me to travel faster? I have to check. Hold on.
Yeah, I believe you can do double movement through city streets, and it takes you less time. Abilities. City secrets.
Yeah. So
You know the secret patterns and flow to cities and can find passages through the urban sprawl that others would miss. When you're not in combat, can travel between any two locations in the city twice as fast as your speed would normally allow. So yeah, you would you would be able to get them back up to the temple, at least out of the city faster. Once you're out of the city, then travel would be normal.
yeah, that would still be faster than everyone else. So I am going to tell them all. I know where the temple is, up in the mountains. I believe this is the safest place for everyone to go. And I look at Harmony and I'm like, it's the safest place to go for everyone.
Yeah.
Then you're also seeing out in the streets, there's some confusion. People are starting to come out of their buildings, and they're looking around, trying to figure out what the rumbling is. And it stops for a moment. Then a couple minutes later, you get another rumble, and this time it's a little bit more pronounced than the previous.
As I'm running, I'm yelling out to him to head up to Saloon's temple.
That's where I'm taking them. I yell back at them.
Yes, but I'm running and telling the people who are now coming out into the street.
Okay.
Quirk is going to be making flying passes down all the streets, going, "Everybody, get to the temple, Saloon's temple, quick, quick!"
As you do that, Quirk, some of the town guard hear you, and they start echoing throughout the streets. So you now have people shouting echoes down the streets. Get to Saloon's temple, get to Saloon's temple, and bells start going off.
Do I know if they would fit in the temple? I feel a little concerned now. Like,
the temple of Saloon looked fairly small on the outside, but it goes into the mountain fairly deep.
Even if they don't fit in the temple, they're at least up on the mountain.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, people could set up camp and stuff out there. The temple would have camping supplies and things for refugees. It's what temples do.
Can I make some sort of check to try to figure out where this is coming from exactly? Like
you could roll a nature check.
Okay, cool. Can I please roll above a 10?
Leonis, as your DM, you can roll above a 10. You have been blessed, my child.
I will believe it when I see it.
Okay. All right. So,
God for
you definitely know that it's an earthquake. And it probably is originating from underwater, which is the reason that it's so faint.
Yeah. What would I do? Like, we just need to get everybody out. Okay. I'm going to dive off the docks and into the water.
Okay.
And as I'm diving, I'm going to wild shape into octopus form.
Okay.
And just try to see underwater if there's some sort of cause. Like, just follow where I feel the tremors are coming from and, like, look and try to use my senses to look there.
Okay. Got it, Ven. Thank you.
So, Harmony, if you were watching Leonis at all, you just see him take off and do like a kind of like a dive off the boards, and as he's doing it, his whole body shifts and shimmers into an octopus as it lands in there and disappears.
Are you sure he doesn't need a job?
I've seen that hentai before.
Oh, good. PG-13, guys.
I can reference the word without giving everything away.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, bye.
So you're not seeing an immediate cause.
Okay. It's just rumbling.
It's just rumbling. I mean, and even here, I mean, you're getting some different sounds, like the waves, the sound waves from the vibration of the rock and everything bouncing all around. You pick that up underwater. I suppose you could probably echolocate it back towards where the water lifestone
Okay,
was.
so it's not exactly underneath this island. It's coming from somewhere else where the water lifestone is.
Right.
Okay, that was my big thing. I wanted to make sure it wasn't originating under us.
I mean, it's originating there, but this is probably along a similar fault line.
Okay.
So you are still getting some of that residual shaking happening.
Random question: do I still have the starfish?
You still have the starfish, yes.
Okay. Do I get the feeling like even if it morphed into when I morphed into octopus, if it morphed with me, do I still get that feeling that it's tugging me towards where I know the water lifestone is?
Yes.
Great. Okay. Once I figure that out, I'm going to go back up to the surface and back onto the docks.
Okay.
Just tell me when I get there.
Yeah, it'll just be a few minutes. Strangely enough, you don't actually see the raven's tooth.
Oh, like in the docks?
Yeah.
I look up.
Still don't see the raven's tooth. They were there a few minutes ago.
What? I look down. I look into the water, like, what?
Raven's tooth is not there.
Okay.
Is going to fly pass over the harbor and start calling
Okay.
down to the sailors. Prepare because there's a big wave coming in. They might want to get to the temple.
You start hear them calling, and they're calling that bad weather's incoming, but you start seeing people come off of their ships, and they start filing towards the center of the city, and they're following the other mass of people up towards Salin's temple.
What the hell is going on?
Am I back there or no? Or am I still in the water?
You would be back up on the dock, yeah.
I get up and I rush over to Harmony. I'm like, come on, we gotta get up. We gotta get up to the mountain. Nothing we can do here.
But why? What's going on?
That long mission that we are currently on has something to do with this, and I can tell you once we get to safety. Come on. And I kind of like grab her wrist and just, come on. Just not forcefully, but like, just come on.
She reacts very badly.
Thought so. But just, we need to get to safety.
And you see her just immediately twist her hand out, or her wrist out of your grasp, and instead of anger though or fury, you actually end up seeing fear in her eyes. She's looking at you very, very frightened.
What's wrong?
What are you doing?
We need to get up to safety. I'm trying to help you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I grabbed you.
Let's go.
Let's go. And then I just rush.
Alright, what's everybody else doing?
I am going to follow Leonis and Harmony.
Okay.
I make sure that he's not too drunk that he can't follow.
Roll another Constitution save for me, Luke. He's stumbling a fair amount.
Am I anywhere near the party at this point?
You had gone
to my temple to clear out the acolytes, clerics, and priests there. But I am waiting for the party.
Probably in another minute or so, you would be near them.
Okay. So just let me know when I do get near them.
I am doing the best I can to lead as many people as possible through to the mountains, which is strange because everyone is likely to be super tall, and she's at the head of this group.
Quirk is going to be doing a high circle over the city and making sure that everyone is headed the right direction. Anyone not, he's going to swoop down and kind of inform them and get them moving and go back up.
Okay. Right, yeah, bells are still going off throughout the city. There's guards in guard towers, and they're kind of keeping an overview of the city as well to see if, if people are starting to move out of the city towards the Temple of Saloon. Right about this time, you see the clouds shift, and they basically you see written in them Saloon's temple with like an arrow.
Okay.
Pretty soon after the guards start following the crowds of people. About this time, then the party would reach you.
Seeing Luke stumbling along, I do a lesser restoration on him. On your feet.
Okay. And
Purging them of the poisons.
Luke, your buzz has completely worn off.
Oh man, well, Yes, this is better. Oh my god.
You know that feeling?
As you are all running up towards the hill, another large tremor hits. I need you all to make dexterity saving throws, please.
You got it.
Actually, no. It's gonna be dexterity.
Does that include Quark who's in the air?
No.
Really? Fine.
All right. So Luke and Stryker, as this tremor hits, and Leonis just went. Hold on.
Damn it! I had a +7 to my save. That hurt
He rolled
so
above.
bad.
He rolled above a 10. He rolled above a 10. That was a 15 on the die.
So,
So Stryker and Luke, as this tremor hits, you guys are kind of taken off guard. Several of the citizens also fall down around you, and they try to scramble back up to their feet. Things are starting to get a little bit chaotic here now.
I'm gonna.
You hear people. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I get back up on my feet and start trying to help the people who fell.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you hear people shouting, "What's going on? What's happening? What is this? What are we doing?" There's a general sense of panic in the air right now, especially as these tremors have gotten larger.
Okay.
So this
Everyone! Go ahead.
I was gonna say, this being a seaside town, give them something familiar that they know and a reason why they're running. I just shout out, "Tsunami!"
And while it helps some of them, others panic even more and try sewer ratting up and over others and through, and they're trying to scurry through the crowd even faster.
Please. Okay. Plan B. Calm emotions.
Okay.
Everyone, please. Take a deep breath and relax. I know this is terrifying. Not what we want to deal with, but you guys are going to end up hurting one another. Your friends, your family members. I need everyone to form a single file line, and we will proceed to keep going as far as we can into the temple.
Okay. Is that a cast for Calm Emotions, or?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you go into your
I got
character sheet, Harmony. Okay.
Got it. I'm just being slow. Come here, buddy. Where'd you go?
I don't see Calm Emotions prepared.
Where did it go?
Are you looking at my character sheet? Because I do have the spell as well,
No.
but it's not
just-
prepared. Should be a second
Is
level
it one of her
spell.
spells known?
Yeah. Didn't put it in there. Lols! Lols! Okay, so disregard. I'll just go ahead and use persuasion.
Okay.
That way it'll
works.
just be easier. Come here, baby. 24, okay?
Yeah, 24's fine.
That's
They
hilarious.
they see the authority with which you're speaking, and your words make sense to them. They don't want to hurt their family members. If they keep everything orderly, everybody will get there. There's a lot of sense in your words, and they calm down, and everybody keeps pushing through the city at a standard pace. Need everybody to make another dexterity save as a larger tremor hits.
Oh, crap. 1.
Yep, I see it.
Okay.
I just rolled the halfling that one. No, because if it was an actual nat one, I wouldn't take it.
Leonis just rolled a 19 plus.
That's
Hey, good job on all the good rolls.
I blessed his dice.
That's true, you did.
Didn't believe me.
You did.
Can you bless my dice?
So-
They kind of need it.
I've
Luke,
never rolled it.
your dice have been blessed, my son.
I can give
I've
you some
never
bardic
rolled-
inspiration.
All praise be all beautiful and mighty DM.
There you go.
Your thanks and praise has been noted and appreciated. So yes, everybody under a 15 has fallen again as this tremor just rocks you off of your feet. Portions of stone buildings are starting to come off as stress fractures start shaking through the city. The guards up in the towers are quickly scrambling down, and they're joining you. You see one of the guards get thrown off of the ladder as he's climbing down, and he falls.
I'm going to attempt to catch him.
Go ahead and make a dex save.
So when Ven hits the ground, he's going to pull his shield over himself to protect his vitals, and he's going to turtle so that people can just keep running.
Okay. Turtle, turtle, turtle.
I try to get up as quickly as possible because I am gonna get squished.
Just a second here. Looking up stats for the dude. Okay. So, he falls. And he lands hard on his side, but you see him scramble up quickly to his feet, and he joins everybody. He's kind of holding his side, and he's wincing, but he's up and running in pretty short order.
Okay, I'm going to add a control wind to any spot where people are kind of slowing down to allow them to move through that area faster. Basically, putting the gust in the direction they have to go.
Okay.
Do you need me to roll these dexterity saves as well? Sorry, I'm.
I already rolled them for you.
Okay, thank you.
And if you notice, you rolled above a 10 both times.
Well, you rolled the 10. I didn't roll the 10.
If you want to roll them, you can.
No,
If you want to roll
I'm
them, you
keeping
can.
those for right now.
He's saving those for his back pocket, man.
I'll take what I can get.
Right?
All right. So, yeah, this guard falls off the tower, and he gets up in short order. He's definitely in pain, but it doesn't seem to be too severe. And he's running along with you guys now. You've been moving at a pretty feverish clip, and probably about 10 minutes later, you get to the start of the mountains, and there is a well-worn path up to the Temple of Saloon. And everybody is still managing to climb calmly up the side of this mountain up towards the Temple of Saloon. Probably another 20-30 minutes later, you guys actually arrive at the temple. And as you get to the temple, another harsh tremor hits.
How much of a head start would I have gotten? I would already be at the temple at this point, right?
Probably.
Because I went in double time in the actual town and then regular time.
I
the rest
thought
of the
you
way.
were staying with the party so that they were able to move through the city faster. But with all of the townsfolk coming out as well, that...
Well, I thought I would lead the townsfolk and get a whole giant chunk of them faster. Or moving
Okay,
faster.
that's fair. That's fair. So yeah, you probably would have been there about 10 minutes prior to the rest of the party arriving.
And I would just keep, like, ushering, like, I would try to lead them out of the city, so I'm trying to get as many of them out as fast as I can.
So once you
Basically.
drop off a group, are you heading back towards... Okay.
Yes, and I will have them move as efficiently as I possibly can.
Okay. Yeah, another huge tremor rocks the land. And Leonis, looking out over the water, you can see the signs now that a tsunami is actually brewing.
Okay. We need to get into the temple.
Out of the sky comes the Raven's Tooth,
There it
and
is.
it descends over like the middle of the street where the people are still kind of gathering, and you see 6 rope ladders, 3 on each side, drop down, and Taliri holds the ship steady, and she's barking out orders to everybody, and you hear Sorsha yelling, "We can ferry you safely." Up to the temple, and she's like, "If you want to, come on." And crew members are standing by to help pull people up the ladders.
Quirk is going to go by the people who are furthest back and just
Okay.
be like, guys, gotta move quickly. And if there are little people, I can help take them up.
Several of them are like, they're looking back and forth amongst each other, and one is like crouches down next to their daughter and is like, "Go with this bird, he'll help you, and I'll be there soon."
So gonna take the child up to the ship.
Okay.
Man, Perk really is a freaking cinnamon roll.
Meanwhile, the best Ven can do is continue turtling.
Okay, everyone, please, women and children first. Men, think of your families. Let them have safe passage first.
And the men are nodding. I mean, the town is, while they're worried, the calm emotions, the persuasion that you had earlier has taken the edge out of everybody. I mean, they are scared now more with this huge tremor that's hit recently. But they are maintaining order to the best of their ability. Every so often you do get the one jerk. The guards are trying their best to keep those jerks that come up occasionally in check. And I mean, you hear things like, all right now, Fjorn, you don't think of everybody. After this is over, we'll put you in the stocks.
Very well. Fine, go ahead. But let it be known, if you cause any trouble right now, it won't be the guards you'll have to deal with, it'll be me.
No. He's talking to one of the jerks.
Oh, one of the jerks.
Talking to one of the jerks.
Either way, same threat.
Same threat.
Same threat. Won't be jerk. Both.
So, so yeah, you guys are arriving. The Raven's Tooth is taking on as many people as it can, moving slowly along with the rest of the crowd. And once the Raven's Tooth is full, it lifts up back into the sky again. You are seeing, Harmony, you are seeing a large pirate ship floating in midair.
I'm just going to accept this as it is.
Okay.
And
all right.
ask
I just wanted to make sure
questions
because
later.
yeah, I just wanted to make sure because this is your first introduction to the Raven's Tooth.
Yep.
So it is floating midair, traveling along with the group as slow as possible, getting people up. Once it takes on as many people as it can, it lifts off and goes towards the mountain, and it actually hovers just barely, resting the hull of the ship on the ground. And you hear Taliri and the rest of her crew giving instructions for people how to get down using the wooden ladders carved into the side of the ship. And they come back to take more people.
It's a day of many firsts. I have a bird boy. I have a floating pirate ship. I have people who wanted to help. Aside from the massive earthquake, I'd say all in all, today's been a very good day. All right.
So, after probably about a total of an hour, everybody is up on top of this mountain. Everybody is up on top of this mountain, and right about that time, you see the giant wave come crashing over the entire island, and it completely wipes Anchoril away.
Harmony just falls to the ground.
What about the people in the, what about, oh my god, Striker's just really upset.
I
The
assume with an
wave
hour.
that
I was just gonna say, I assume with an hour, Ven was able to find some time to get back on his feet and make his way up to the temple.
definitely,
Okay, so yeah.
especially once the Raven's Tooth had come to pick people up, that was thinning out the crowd a fair amount.
Okay. First thing I do is go check on my acolytes and make sure that A, they made it, and B, they brought Adron as I instructed.
Yes.
Excellent. Now I go find the party.
Where am
All right.
I currently? Sorry.
You're right beside
You.
me, good buddy.
Yep.
Okay, and where is right beside me?
You are on the mountain at the Temple of Satan.
Bear.
Cool. I wasn't sure if I was on the ship or not. Got it. Thank you. So Harmony fell down to her knees, correct?
Yeah.
I'm just kind of standing there in shock, looking down at her. Like, I go to almost put a hand on her back, stop myself, and just stand there. And then I sit down next to her, legs out in front of me, and just bury my hands, and my face in my hands.
That was a lot of good wine.
Hopefully everybody made it out.
Well, your help. I'm sure they did. If we dealt with this on our own, we would have... Well... Never mind.
This is
You hear. Sorry, let me pop in here real quick. You hear acolytes of Saloon. They've got parchment and ink and quills out, and they're starting to go through the crowds, and they're starting to get the names of everybody in the crowd.
I offer my help to the acolytes of Saloon. And
Okay.
I am wearing my shiny new holy symbol with pride. And I go to the nearest acolyte, and I'm just like, oh, I'm sorry I dropped this all on you without a warning. I did my best to save as many of the folk in the city.
What do you mean, dropped this on us so suddenly? What?
I didn't know where else to take them when we saw the waters getting
And
dangerous.
they waved dismissively. It's quite all right. We're well enough equipped to handle these refugees.
If there's anything I can do
For
to
now,
help.
of course, take the names of those up here, and we can start reuniting people with their families.
I do this to the best of my ability without complaint, and I try to be super comforting to everyone, and I just... yeah.
Alright? What's everybody else doing?
So Orc is going to take 10 cast.
You're breaking up
You
really
keep-
bad.
Cut out.
So Quark is going to take 10 minutes to cast Comprehend Languages so that he can help them with any of the sailors who might speak the same language.
Okay.
going to be able. I'm just gonna go around. Well, first I'm gonna check on Harmony. Are you alright?
I'll let you know as soon as my family. I have to check on them. I have to make sure that everyone's okay.
Go make sure everybody's okay. I will tend to any wounded that might have been hurt around here.
Thank you.
Okay.
And then I do what I just said. Anybody that needs to cure wounds.
You find a number throughout the crowd as you're basically walking around. You could be announcing, are there any wounded? Is there anybody that needs tending to? And there are a fair number that will step forward and like, yes, I need healing, or my wife, she needs healing, or whatever.
Yeah. Do you want me to put
Orc will point out the guard.
I'm going to offer my services for cure wounds as well.
Okay. Don't burn your spell slots for these because there's probably going to be a rest happening.
Okay.
In short order.
Okay.
So, you're Leonis and Luke. You guys are both wandering around, offering healing services.
Vin's healing as he's going as well.
Okay. Striker, you're taking down names. Harmony, you're going to check on your family. So go ahead and roll an investigate check for me.
Okay.
There is a veritable sea of people here now. And you're looking through the crowd, wading through the crowd. You do not see them.
All right. Option number 2. She goes ahead and uses thaumaturgy and shouts for Recian as loud as she can.
Do I hear this? I couldn't hear this,
yeah.
right? Does the name show up on my list anywhere? I am listing people, so could I help Harmony find her family?
High or low, Striker?
I'm gonna go low.
He does not appear on your list.
God.
Seldoon, damn it.
I flip a bird. No.
Answer everything.
There's no Aircocker nearby, right? Quirk's the only one in this.
Yeah, Quirk's the only one.
Never mind. I'm just
Kaleri has her raven, but you know from experience that
I'm not
doing anything with her raven is a bad idea.
I'm not gonna flip that bird. Never mind. I keep taking names diligently. If that name comes up at any point, I'm going to go and talk to them.
We're going through the list. I mean, it's not just one. It's everyone. She's screaming for everyone, and with each passing moment, you can start to hear the desperation in her voice getting more and more and more intense.
I want to check the list for every single freaking name as I hear it.
Okay. Striker, roll investigation with advantage.
Yeah, I did. Okay, let's see. You find 1 out of the 20 names she yelled out.
Good guess.
Oh, wow, there are actually 20.
Actually 20.
I am gonna cry.
As you're looking through the list, you feel a tug on your shirt.
Yes. May I have your name and who do you belong to?
My name's Alluvial. And this gnomish woman is looking up at you.
I'm not that much taller than her. I'm like 3 feet. We're probably eye level.
She is wearing a green headband, red hair, very ornate earrings, green halter top, and she's got some purple silks that are wrapped around her. But she is a gnome, and she is shorter than you by at least a head.
Okay. All right. I ask, how may I help you? Who are you looking for?
I'm looking for my family, Rincian, or Harmony, or Leon.
Okay. So, how many of the names in her family are actually on my list that I just talked to?
Well, you just recognized Harmony,
Okay.
and Rincian was the bartender. Leon was the drow.
I may be able to help you find at least one of your family members. If you would follow me, and then I follow where the thaumaturgy's voice is. And
All right.
How is?
Yeah, you managed. It's been 10 minutes now, Quirk.
Okay. How is the space above everyone's head? Is there enough room there for flight?
Yeah, there's enough room for flight.
Okay, so I'm going to just...
Yeah, because a lot of people are still outside surrounding the temple. They're still trying to file people in and get people settled and things like that. And as people are coming through the door, they're taking names and relations and such. So getting into the temple right now is a long process.
Okay.
But they are assuring everybody, we will get you into the temple just as soon as we possibly can, etc.
So then I'm going to fly over the... if I can recognize any of people from the bar.
Perception with advantage.
So I'm leading a nice gnome back to Harmony as best as I can.
Okay. You find Harmony a couple minutes later. And, go ahead. Okay, that was the first roll. Alright. Quirk, you managed to find, Rincian. And who else does he have with him? He has... Alyssa. Kiona? I think I pronounced that right?
Mm-hmm.
Kirsten?
Mm-hmm.
Haley? Norrell? And Ian with him.
Alright, so I'm going to take down all of these names and tell them that Harmony is inside looking for them, and then I'm going to fly over to Harmony and tell her that they're all over there. And
I basically bring the older gnome to Harmony myself. And it's like, hey, look who I found!
She runs up to you, Harmony, and she gives you your legs the biggest hug ever. I was so worried.
Not nearly as
I'm glad you're okay.
Not nearly as worried as I was. Are you hurt? Any injuries at all? Anything?
I don't know. I got separated from everybody, Mum.
No. I'm asking if you're hurt.
No, I'm fine. There was a man that picked me up and put me on his shoulders, and carried me along with him.
Good. All right. Listen, I need you to get together with the rest of them. They're over in that direction. Go find Rician. He'll take care of you. I need to find everyone else.
I could probably carry her.
Would you?
Sure.
That would be great. Thank you so much. Go on. It's fine.
Nods and she scrambles up your back, Quirk, and holds on
I tell Harmony.
around your neck and shoulders, but not like super tight around your neck.
Okay. Am I still good to fly?
Yeah.
Okay.
I tell Harmony, I've been working with the church to try to reunite people. I had a hard time trying to remember all the names that you were yelling out, but if you recognize any of the names on this list, I can help you find them. I've been speaking to them, and I'm doing my best to reunite as many families as I possibly can.
Harmony just kind of leans in really quickly and gives her, like, the biggest kiss on the cheek that she possibly can. Let me see the list.
I show her the list, and I mean, you have a rather large family from all the names you're yelling. I was trying really hard to make sure, you know.
Done well.
To try. Yeah.
But keep in mind that it's not just me. Everyone else needs to be found too. I appreciate it, though.
Well, I mean, I have been doing my best as I go along. And I just, like, I just wanted to make sure that she was okay and she was reunited with you so that you wouldn't worry. I just happened to be in the right place at the right time to be able to reunite her with you.
What? And we differ. Fate. Alright. Let me see. Do I need to go ahead and roll for anything to see if I recognize any names on the list?
Go ahead and roll investigation.
Real?
And again, this is going to be with advantage because you know the names when you see them.
Boom.
All right. So you also see Lion, Elril, Holly Lyasa,
Holly.
Alluvial, Holly. Okay. Nope, Alluvial was the one that you were just reacquainted with. So Holly, Dira, and Violet.
Sweetheart, these three.
Alright, okay, I will let them know as I go by, where to find you, and I will direct them.
That would be good.
The best I can.
Please tell Dira to keep the whip away. Right now is not a good time to try and pick up anyone, okay?
I'll make sure to deliver your message. I'll have her sent to you promptly.
You'll be able to find Holly very easily. She's always the one, she's always the one surrounded by tons of men and women either laughing or telling jokes. It's not that difficult. And, Elril might be a bit difficult if Bellion isn't with him. He tends to be rather quiet, reserved. Doesn't really speak much. He might be standing off by himself alone, possibly near the edge of the forest.
I will keep all of that in mind, and I will do my best. And then I promptly find, I promptly follow her advice to try to find those people. And along the way, I reunite some more people, you know. I do my job as a good follower of the name. Send more people to their families.
Quirk is going to start ferrying children to their parents, wherever they may be.
Okay. So you're checking in with the acolytes and everything, and
Yep.
delivering children. All right. You're like a stork now.
Yeah.
Really? You had to make it weird? Come on. He's like 2.
He's delivering the babies now.
Put 'em.
Deliver the babies.
Oh, when Ven
Add
comes
that to the
across
resume.
anyone of the party, either Luke, Leonis, Quirk, or Stryker, he's going to make sure that he tells them that Adron made it to the temple.
Okay.
Okay, so they rescued the body. Nice.
Thank you for taking such good care of him.
Maybe we should consider having him transferred to the couple's room and have them take care of this situation.
I'm sure they're going to rebuild afterward.
It will take some time, but yes.
I really think that this is a big sign that we need to get back on the scavenger hunt.
Can we not talk about that right now? We need to focus on these people. And Stryker continues to do her job.
So things are starting to calm down. It is probably early afternoon. No, actually, I take that back because this was the 3rd day. So it is getting late now. The moon is hanging very low in the sky. Bright, large. The stars are beginning to show up. But it's really eerie, especially for you, Stryker, because you were walking down into the city at night the night before, and you could see the lights and lanterns of the city as you were coming down the mountain. Now there is it is complete blackness there.
I just keep focused on reuniting families. I do the best work I can, and I kind of put my own feelings to the side and focus on other people instead.
Give me a wisdom save.
Okay, there you go.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. You managed to push your feelings aside. It's difficult, but you do push your feelings aside, and you manage to just keep your head down and carry on. For the briefest of moments, though, seeing that blackness down below you was quite unsettling.
Yep.
As the night wears on, there's the temple is still taking names, admitting people. Several of the acolytes of Saloon have come out amongst the crowd with large kettles of tea, and they've got canteens basically that they're passing out to people to pass around and get some warmth. They've got dried rations that they're starting to pass out. Long as no longer appropriate.
With his last spell slot, which would be a level 3 at this point, Ven, for the children and pregnant women, he casts a create food and water, and
Okay.
so that way that they're getting more fresh food than just dried rations.
Okay. Um. So yeah, I mean there are groups of people that kind of gather around women, children, pregnant women. Um, they gather around and they thank you for your kindness, and um, they the mothers look at the children first, and they usher them to the food and say, "Eat up, eat up." Um, there is still worry written on their faces, as they're looking around, trying to not think about what's happened to their family, what they're going to do about their homes, their possessions, their businesses. Um, but gradually, the crowd is starting to thin, um, and now probably another hour later, Harmony, you are finally reunited with all of your family.
How much work have I done in helping to reunite people? Is there still people to reunite at that point?
Are there still people what?
Are there still people to reunite at that point?
Oh yeah.
I keep working. I just keep myself working.
Okay. Harmony, are you muted?
No.
Okay.
Back together with your family.
Yeah.
Reunited and sorry. I was imagining the family reunion montage where they're like hugging it out and everything. Sorry. I know
Becker,
I'm
you
not
just
the
got
bard.
inspiration for that.
Boom.
I went the same place. Yeah,
Yeah.
about an
So I'm just
hour
helping.
after about an hour after alluvial, did I get that right?
Mhm.
After she had met with you, you are reunited with the rest of your family.
Okay.
Um,
Do I happen to see the reunion at all? Like, am I just walking by at some point, or like I'm too busy? Can I like take a?
probably gonna be too busy with it. You might catch part of it out of the corner of your eye, but it's not something that you're able to sit and watch for any length of time.
But I do notice that it's happening, right? Like my efforts are not in vain. Yeah, I'll go check in later. And I just keep working. Work, work, work.
Um, the night wears on. Um, and shifts are kind of starting to take place now. The acolytes of Saloon are setting up tents outside so that until they can get everybody sorted and situated, people at least have shelter and warmth. There's a number of campfires that start springing up around the temple grounds. Um,
So
and
Ven lines up a row of torches and uses his once daily ability to cast Burning Hands to light the torches on fire so that others can light actual campfires off of them.
okay, all right. Um, cool. So people start gathering around the fires. They start help setting up tents. And despite the fact that this entire city has been washed away, you can hear people starting to talk amongst each other, introducing themselves to people that are sitting around these campfires with them. Ben and Striker, roll me religion. Leonis, you can too if you'd like.
Okay. See, I can't roll above a 10.
Yeah, I got
it's
nothing.
I don't know. You gotta keep the faith, Leonis. I'm gonna bless your dice again. Because it works, man, I promise. Ben, you can definitely feel the work of the gods here, causing these people to talk and chat and try to forget about what's happened.
I am going to quietly attempt to go into the temple unnoticed.
All right.
Alright.
Yeah, you make it in.
I'm going to find a corner somewhere to hide, or like under some furniture, someplace tiny, small spaces to hide, and have
Okay.
a cry.
And have a what?
And have a cry. A stealthy, quiet cry.
Okay. Everything, everything calms down. People are still working throughout the night. Party, you guys are exhausted. But the mood is starting to return to normal, at least somewhat. What are you doing? Striker, I know you're in the corner crying somewhere.
Work is going to come over to Ven, kind of contemplative.
Yes.
I don't know how to say this, but I think that it's dangerous to keep all of your elements so close together.
I'm not sure I understand.
Well, don't run into problems like this in the plane of air, because we don't have lots of water besides lots of earth, and with the air all around it. I think it might be safer to separate your elements so that they don't interact with each other.
We don't exactly have a choice in how our world is laid out. Here on the prime material plane, it's a culmination of all the elements. That's why it's the material plane.
Effort.
Oh, okay.
You tried.
I totally just understood what the heck that was all about.
That's why I was laughing.
Oh no, Akiva got it. But Ven was like, what?
Striker didn't hear it, but Anne didn't get it at all.
Asher is a very slow person. I don't get it.
So Quirk basically just told Ven that you guys keep your earth and your water and your fire and your air all mixed up into a jumbled mess. I think you need to separate it out, and stuff like this wouldn't happen.
I don't know if Quirk is the best or the worst yet.
My vote goes for best.
Quirk bird is best bird.
I was just about to say, as the saying goes.
Okay.
But
So, yeah, everything is starting to calm down now. Carry on.
I say, but with that, having expended all of my spells and all that, I do one last check on the acolytes and the clerics and the priests of my church. Make sure they're all settled, and make sure that Drawn's body is being taken care of, because I did promise. So.
Yep, and it is.
And then after that, I find a place to just collapse and go to sleep.
All right.
Having
I have
nightmares
cried.
of the water, by the way.
I've cried myself to sleep, clearly.
Okay. Well, with that, I think we'll probably go ahead and call it here for the evening, unless there's anything else, you guys.
I think so.
I think that is consent to end the episode.
All right. So, thank you everybody for joining us. I will be starting up the host for Geek and Sundry in just a minute here. And we hope you enjoyed yourselves. Hope to see you all again next week for the continuing adventures of Desert Winds. This is CosmicCandi and crew signing off. Sign off, crew.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Adieu.
And until next week, may all your hits be crits.